Tanya Kremer there in Jerusalem. U.S. federal investigators are at the scene of a deadly plane crash in Philadelphia. A medical transport plane went down near a shopping center shortly after takeoff, killing all 6 on board, including a child. 1 person in a car was also killed. More than a dozen others are being treated at nearby hospitals.
Several blocks have been cordoned off, and residents are being told to stay away from the crash site as local, state, and federal investigators, including the FBI, comb through the debris strewn across several streets, yards, and parking lots near this busy intersection in northeast Philadelphia. They carry plastic bags to collect anything that might help them figure out why the plane went down. The crash was caught on multiple security cameras and doorbell cams, like this one. The crash sent a large fireball into the air, engulfing cars, as well as several homes.
Medevac Med Service 056. Northeast Tower, contact Philly 123.8.
An air traffic controller tried several times to reach the pilot of the small Medevac Learjet after takeoff.
Medevac Med Service 056, Northeast Tower, you on frequency?
There was never a response. The plane crashed moments after taking off from Northeast Philadelphia Airport.
Position 755, we have a lost aircraft. We're not exactly sure what happened, so we're trying to figure it out.
As investigators try to piece together the final moments of the flight, more is becoming known about the victims inside the medical transport plane. There was a young girl returning to her home in Mexico after receiving treatment at Shriners Children's Hospital for a life-threatening illness. She was accompanied by her mother. There were also 2 pilots, a doctor, and a paramedic on board. All 6 were Mexican nationals.
And for more on this, I'm now joined by DW correspondent Janelle Dumoulin in Washington. Janelle, authorities, we've seen it, including the governor of Pennsylvania, just gave an update about the plane crash in Philadelphia. What more did they say?
Yes, Monica, we did hear from Philadelphia Mayor Sherrell Parker and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, as well as some other city officials. So they ran through some of what is known at the moment. 6 people died on that medevac plane, a pediatric patient, her mother, as well as 4 crew. A person on the ground who was in their car at that time was also hit and was also killed. So that brings the death toll to 7. And that is the part of this that is new. They also said that 19 people that they are aware of were injured in this accident and are being treated in various area hospitals. But the officials were also careful to note that this is very much an ongoing investigation, and that means that that casualty number could rise in the next days. It could take them a few days more to have a final accounting. Now, they're not confident that they could account for every single person who was on the street at that time because we are talking about an impact area of around 4 to 6 blocks. So they are encouraging members of the public who might have information that is helpful to the investigation to come forward.
Yeah, and the mayor also mentioned that misinformation and scams related to the crash are circulating on social media. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, that is something that did come up in the press briefing. She was talking about how misinformation could be very dangerous at this time. Specifically, she was referring to those online donation scams ostensibly set up for the benefit of the victims of these crash. Now, she took pains to inform the public that no donations are needed at this time and that no official GoFundMe pages have been set up. However, she did say that she understands that people naturally have the desire to help at times like these. As such, she promised to inform the public that she would tell them about ways that they could do so in an official manner.
Now, Janelle, this crash comes just 2 days after the deadliest U.S. air disaster in more than 20 years. How is this fact currently being discussed in the U.S.?
Yeah, so this is something that we hear all the time, that fatal plane crashes are in fact extremely rare relative to the millions of flights that land and take off every day. But of course, that these two accidents happened in the space of a week, that's contributing to a considerable sense of unease. Now, of course, officials from the Transport Department to the White House have been taking pains to tell the public that the skies are in fact safe. But really, the only way they can do that is to get to the bottom of these accidents and apply specific remedies to the problems there. We don't have a complete picture of either accident. There is no reason to assume a similar set of circumstances for both.
All right. DW correspondent Janelle Dumoulin in Washington. Thank you.